Alright, how's it going, guys? Back here with another video, and today I'm going to be covering a topic that many people have gone through and will go through. How to start a comic collection. How do I start comic collecting? How do I start? How do you get into comic books? Now, this is for the people who never read comic books and want to get into the hobby because of the movies they've watched, things they've heard, they've seen on TV, anything like that. So I want to just give my take on it, on how to get into this, considering that I've only been collecting for about a year and a couple of months. Thought my thought process and information could help people who have not who've thought about it but have not been able to do it because they don't know where to start. So I want to just talk about a few things here. Key areas where you should probably start and probably build from there. So, number one, if you like a certain character, find a character that you like. So, if you like Batman, or if you like Superman, or you like Iron Man, Captain America, any character, no matter who it is, if they are your favorite character, start off there. So for me, at the time, my favorite character was Adam Warlock. So what I did was, well, I won't say that, but the first thing that I bought for comics was a mystery box bag, like a mystery bag. Random Comics ended up having a couple good books. A Moon Knight #1 from like 1986 or 84, the second series. It also had a X-Force something. It was like the first Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. But I started off with just buying a grab bag and just getting some comics to, get and read and, just familiarize myself into this hobby. And then after I bought those, I started going on eBay. I started looking up books that possibly, for my favorite characters that I might want. Adam Warlock was the first. Adam Warlock and Namor. So what I did was I went on eBay, typed in Adam Warlock comics. It will show you all these comics. Some, and I've noticed on eBay now that they are kind of expensive compared to last year. But I just typed that in and I found some books that I looked at. And the thing is that people say that, comics isn't just the cover. No, but that's what appeals to people when they first start. They're like, wow, this cover looks amazing. So I'm going to buy that. And then, the story inside of it is there. So you already have the comic. You got the cover, now you read the story. So that's what exactly I did. I bought a lot of Adam Warlock comic books because Adam Warlock was my favorite. Still top 2 for me. But that's what I did to get into that certain character. And that just branched out and to now, obviously, to different characters. Now, you don't need to be buying $100, $200, $300 comic books right when you start. In my opinion, you should start slow, buy the dollar bin books, buy a couple $5, $10 books here and there, just to start. Because if you buy all these books outright now, maybe later that you might regret it and be like, why did I buy this book? I didn't need this book. So, my opinion is pick your 5 best characters, your 5 favorite characters in Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, whatever it is. If you like the independent stuff, like Spawn. Spawn #1, the first appearance of Spawn is actually really cheap right now. So if you were into Spawn, you can get to that Spawn #1 and, you'd be happy. And you can get into, it'd be easier to get into the comics because a lot of #1s in these series from Silver Age and Bronze Age are expensive because once you get that first one, then you could just easily go on to the second, third, and fourth. Obviously, there are key issues that are expensive, but what I would probably do too is start a run. Now that's what that's how I made the mistake when I first started. I just bought random key books and first appearances which I still do, but I wasn't focusing on the runs. I was buying, Marvel Premiere #1, and then I actually did buy the Infinity War set from the time Adam Warlock with the Gauntlet, but I never really focused on like the Power of Warlock series, any of that stuff. So I just bought his major first appearances, that one, Thor 165, and all that such, Fantastic Four 67. But I wasn't really focusing on the story arcs and the runs. I was focused more on the character and his first, second appearance and all that stuff. So I would definitely, if for new people who are getting into this hobby, to just get a run going, I would suggest right now there's three books that I would recommend to start a run, to start collecting. And it doesn't even have to be Silver Age or Bronze. It could be modern books. I would recommend Daredevil from 2019. Daredevil, absolutely amazing book. Probably one of the best books of the decade. I mean, from 2010 to 2020, Daredevil is right up there. And Immortal Hulk, same with Immortal Hulk. Immortal Hulk has been absolutely wonderful. I loved it, and I think that it would be a great starting point for people. Hulk is a very popular character in the mainstream media, sorta. So he's a well-known name. So getting into that would be easier for people. And I would also start with what's that book? War of the Realms. So it's not it's a mini series run, but War of the Realms was really great. A lot of action, a lot of Norse mythology with Thor and Asgard, and you got all the characters in the book, and you can't go wrong with that book. So those three like series, Daredevil, Immortal Hulk, and War of the Realms, I would definitely recommend to start with Marvel at least. I can't recommend any DC books because I haven't read any. But I do want to get into the Batman Who Laughs, the Dark Knight Metal, so, and maybe the Batman Beyond. So I might pick some of those up, and then independent. I haven't really read any independent. I do want to get into The Walking Dead because I do love the show. So I do want to read the books and see how that translated from the books to the show. But don't be eager to spend a lot of money. Like, if you have a lot of money, don't be eager just to buy all these big first appearances. I mean, if you want to, then okay, that's totally fine. But I would like set a ground and build off that. Because once you have that stability, then you can feed off of it. And I mean, obviously life is short, but you have a lot. I mean, for kids, you have a long life to live, so you have plenty of time to be buying these books. And I mean, but take your time. The thing is, comic books is a marathon, not a race. Now, I get a lot of people see other people's collections and they're like, man, I want that book so bad. Like, I want that collection. Like, that's such a nice collection. I'm going to go and get that and try to do that and replicate it. But the thing is, a lot of these people who do have great collections have been collecting for years and years and years. 20, 30, 40 years. I mean, there's a reason why. So don't feel the need to equal someone's collection right away, because that's just impossible. The way that books are priced, especially Marvel, Silver Age, and Bronze Age books, it's impossible to do within it's impossible to do within the first year. I mean, last year I bought some pretty key books. New Mutants 98, Iron Man 55, Fantastic Four 52, 48, 49. Bunch of those big books. Obviously got these books and such here, but I was just buying them, and I never really took the time to set my goals on runs and such. And when I started going to my local comic shop, I started buying the the runs with the Immortal Hulks and the, let's see, what else was there? honestly, I kind of blanked out, but you guys get the gist. Go to your local comic shop, buy some books that looks appealing to you. Even if it's your favorite character, buy that book. You know, starting off with $3.99 books, it's not bad. You know, it's nothing to be frowned upon. Even if you can, for the people who cannot afford big books like that, it's not a big deal, because comic books aren't just about spending big money. It's about the story. In the end, these people are writing a story, creating art for people. And some people treat it as a trade, you know, treat it as stock and such. Those are the people who have money just to throw away. And I'm actually going to be getting into that topic in my next video. I'm going to be talking about the comic book community, because there's some things I do want to talk about on that. So, but those are just some couple tips to new comic book people who are trying to get into the hobby, because, you know, it could be a little difficult, you know, like where to start, like where should I start, because there's so many titles. I mean, you got so many Avenger titles, you have so many Hulk titles, you have so many Iron Man, you have so many Batman and Superman, so it's really difficult. But just find that book that appeals to you and go from there. If anyone has any questions about that, you can leave it in the comments. I'll try my best. I mean, again, I'm not a collector of 20 years, 10, 20, 30 years. I've only been collecting for a year and a couple months. So I'm still new to this. So those are just my opinions and thoughts on this, and yeah. So I will be making another video, probably about an hour or so, talking about the comic book community and such. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you want to hit that thumbs up, like the video, if you want to subscribe to as well, that's awesome, or share this video, I really would appreciate it. So until later on today, I will see you guys then.